Hello. Let me just turn Spotify down. Hi everyone. Welcome to another live stream. Thanks very much for joining me. So, I'm Christopher White, composer, musician, and I am doing these live streams trying to go for every week. My YouTube stats say that in terms of my live streaming, Tuesday nights, my time, UK time, is the right time for mass exposure. So here we are, Tuesday evening, and there's there is a track I wanted to go through with you. So as you probably know, I create these films using various instruments, saxophones, synths, with effects, pedals, etc. And often I use the Lyra 8 from Soma Labs. As you can see on my channel, there's quite a few films with that. Every now and then, one of the improvisations that I film using these instruments is, in my mind, good enough to release as a single or as part of an album. So I just thought I'd show you the process of how that works. I will show you a Pro Tools project very soon that has one of these improvisations that I've recorded, filmed, and the best thing about that is it's the performance. Everything is complete. It's done. There's no. It's just a stereo recording. So in terms of mixing, it's not much to be done. It's more of a mastering and cleaning and tweaking. So I can show you what I've done effectively to get something to what I feel is perhaps its best state for release. So let's just switch to Pro Tools. And I will just lose Spotify. Hang on. Okay. All right. So what you're seeing here is the stereo file, audio file. Let's hear some of it to get the gist. Okay, I was worried that might happen. There are a lot of plugins going on in this, plus the streaming software. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. This is the sort of thing that might happen as we have the streaming going on. Okay, what I'm going to do. Oh, great. So hopefully you can see the mixer here. On the master bus, there's probably too much. So let's just turn a few things off. That. This takes so much CPU, so we can just flick that off, so to speak. And this also takes up loads. Even though it's UAD, it seems to create latency. Right, let's try again. This is just from memory, the Lyra and the microcosm, and I'm using the looper in the microcosm. I'll find the corresponding film on YouTube and put it in the description. Oh, it was going so well. This ending is, yeah, I'm not sure about the end. Yeah. It's the sort of thing on the film I would have just, just stopped the loops, just like that. So, okay. There you have, just checking OBS, we're all good. All right, so there you have it. If we, you can see there are some edits in the waveform, and by the way, I don't know why this is plus 12 dBs. I don't remember doing that, but maybe I did it. But I've reduced the volume of a couple of little bits just because it was super loud and resonant, probably. It's a process when you're improvising the stuff. Sometimes you change something and it just becomes overwhelmingly loud. Right, so why don't we do this? Let's see if we just loop a bit of it, and I'm going to just bypass everything here that I have on the audio track. Okay, this is what it sounds like now. Okay, so the first thing I had on there, EQ of course, mainly taking out the low end, but also you can see there's a frequency. Just In fact, what I should do is make that dynamic. Just... yeah. And then... alright, my new favorite delay plugin from Newfangled Audio. So, if I just push stop. It's quite a subtle... sort of like a tape delay. I actually have, if we go to the library, I'm quite proud of this. We have some presets from me. For some reason they're doubled up, but there's a few different presets in there which I've supplied to Newfangled Audio, and I thank them for that. That's so cool. Okay, so a little tiny bit of delay, just because we always need more delay. Then, let's unbypass this. A bit of widener. Interesting. Okay, and then the good old transient designer from SPL. Oh, so now the reason why I did this, if we just head back to here, maybe. Yeah. There's a low, clicky sort of sound, and I was trying to emphasize that as a almost like it's a kick drum, which is why I was using this. I don't know how effective that is, a transient designer on something that's very ambient. It seemed to do something in conjunction with everything else, probably. Right, this is another good plugin I've been using on some things. Simply as it's called Deboom, and it does what it says. If I we're on 22 now. Just takes the low resonance. Which could be really useful. All right, now. Okay, as you can see, this is a demo. I just started just demoing this. This was quite subtle. It's one of those times when you know what you want it to sound like. It's very hard to describe, but it is a case. This is when you really would want outboard, because it's just about like the tactile knob turning factor, that just to get that shape the sound. That's what I'm trying to do, and that's quite a good plugin for that, even though it is very subtle. Okay, and then my favorite EQ, often my favorite EQ, again, just in terms of shaping the sound, I'll bring this in. You see I'm just boosting the lower mids, basically. If I boost it. That's nice. I'm sort of earlier up in the chain, I'm debooming, and now here I am bringing, boosting the lower mids. Well, actually, low frequencies. So, this is how it goes. You just, again, you're shaping the sound. All right. Now, I'm using this low-pass filter, which I have in, as you might know if you see some of my films, I have the actual Logofogo, this pedal, which I should wire into my effects chain to the studio. However, this is quite a good way of doing that. So now I'm not doing any cutoff, but basically I just wanted the saturation drive. I just love the sound of the drive. And I was tempted to try and get some resonance. Yeah, that's all that's doing. Saturation, basically. And then some more reverb. And, this Valhalla vintage verb. There's something really pleasing just with the default. I'm not using any of the presets. I love that sound. It has that ringiness that's very retro, but that's exactly what I wanted, so great. And then more saturation. Let's bring this in. This is cool. It's so subtle, but it's really beautiful. Okay, I'll bring the mix up a bit. Let's go for the end bit over here. All right. Bypass. It just brings it alive. The tone. Okay, so if you just go to the master bus, what's effectively the main out here. I'm just checking the chat. No one's chatting. Okay. No worries. I'm just by myself. I understand. Let me see. Well, the God particle. Hang on. It's not a God portal, or maybe it is. Yeah. Okay, we're not going to be able to have this one going. Let's just deactivate that. You know what it sounds like. Right. On everything. I can't help it. This is on everything. Let's bypass it. It is what it is. Love it. And now I did a lot of tone shaping, as you can see with this from waves. I just bypassed this. Again, it's subtle. Let's just bring in. Okay, so I love this mastering plugin, as you know, as you've seen, I'm sure. Let's just bypass. Okay, it's doing quite a lot. Might filter that out, actually. As you can see, which seems to be quite typical for these improvisations, especially with the Lyra and the microcosm, is there's not much going on in the upper range. Which is great if I was to add another instrument to that, which is what I'm thinking about. Okay, and then because I have the solid state logic, UC8, UF1, whatever, I've got the 8 fader bit, and I've also got the other bit, which you can control their plugins. So hence this, and I have quite a tactile control over this. So that's doing quite a lot as well. Again, EQ, shaping, and a bit of dynamics. lots of dynamics. Okay, and for some reason, I've also got this going. That's very subtle. Okay, and yeah, I've really gone to town with compressors, EQs, reverbs, and speaking of which, let's just see if we can activate this. Such a beautiful reverb. Let me just bypass it and play. Okay, here it comes. By the way, I have my playback engine set to the biggest buffer, in case you were wondering. All right. Yeah, I've tried for this. I tried every sort of permutation of microphone and room, and settled on the 7 and the SM80. It's quite a low mix, though. If we just 100% the wet. Oh, I really like that. Sounds like it's feeding back on itself. Yeah, it can't handle that. All right. You know, you see on TikTok and Instagram, you see these sort of alternate versions of tracks where they've used the pull slow downer, or the pull stretch, sorry. There's the amazing slow downer and there's the pull stretch. And they've added loads of reverb, you know, really drenched in reverb, and it's sort of 100 times slower than the original track. And it's quite seductive, that sound. I mean, it's a really nice reverb. I mean, I could just release a version like this if I got a new computer. All right, but no. Okay, so that is that track. It is quite long, 5 minutes 30. But I tell you what, listening to it through your ears, thank you for your help. I would chop off the first few bars. Probably bringing it here. So the new start of the track will be that. You know, get to the point quicker. I could make the start of the track here, maybe. Or not. Anyway. Okay, that's that. That's good. There you go. So, the other thing I need to come up with is a name for that. Let's bring this back in. Actually, here's a new release. So, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was interesting, useful. What you're listening to a new track of mine called Rye Harbor, which I believe I talked about at some point, maybe, maybe not. Anyway, that's on Spotify, Apple Music, etc. It's me on piano and a lovely cello player called Rachel Lander, an incredible cellist. I try and use in all my sessions, but she's so busy, so not always possible. But I actually wrote this piece because I was inspired by Chagall, and I had in mind to write music for several of Chagall's paintings, and this one happened because near where I live is a place called Rye, and there's Rye Harbour, and not too long ago, a young couple were married and then went on a yacht from Rye Harbour and perished at sea. And then this, the father of the bride, who was very wealthy, commissioned Chagall to come and design a stained glass window for the local chapel, and which is in a village called Tudley in Sussex or Kent, sort of southeast England. And Chagall had such a great time. He wanted to stay, and he designed all the windows of the whole church. So you walk into this church, and every window is a Chagall designed stained glass window, and it's amazing. And I went there, and I was by myself. I'm not sure if I was allowed to be, but I was, and just surrounded by Chagall stained glass windows. There's actually a film on my YouTube channel, which you can see them. Anyway, that's what that piece was inspired by. This is another piece of mine. This is called As a Person. And there's a whole story behind that can be told another time. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Hopefully see you again soon, maybe next week for another live stream. And yeah, take care. Please subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, see you again. Thank you. Bye.